have a couple more pieces here on my bench that need to be repaired. Now, the majority of your necklaces, your earrings, even bracelets, your links are not solid. They're just closed. Now, your connector links are your little round loops. And over time, unless they are an actual solid loop that's been soldered, they're going to spread. And when they spread, your other loop right here is going to fall out. It's as simple as that. Now, this opening does not need to be very big in order to lose something. And sometimes it can be actually small enough, it can be difficult to see. But that's still enough for you to lose your jewelry during regular use and wear, whether it has been pulled on or not. So what happens is, while you're walking and your normal movements, just side to side, front and forward, that little tiny space stays about like this. But the weight of your other piece pulling down on it from the weight of the necklace itself and whatever your pendant may be will actually slowly pull that apart as it's wiggling back and forth. And so the loop will actually slowly pull out. So I'm going to show you how to fix that and put your jewelry back into working order so that you can wear it and hopefully save you from losing some treasured pieces that really mean a lot to you. So let's get at it. What you need is just any kind of pliers will do. The important part is that they need to be smooth pliers, preferably without rough edging or anything along those lines, as those rough edges can actually scar and mark up your metal links. And if your jewelry is plated, as most jewelry actually is, this can cause you problems later on, which is something we want to avoid when all possible. You can actually just spread this apart with your fingers. Now, this works better with 2 sets of pliers. So just to save time, I'm going to pull out both of my pliers. Now, simply loop it back over. Now, this is the part. Do not pull on your loop, and do not pull and stretch it like this, trying to make it go back together. You have to twist it back towards each other and past, come back, and you will feel it start clicking and catching on each other. And always just kind of push together just gently to tighten that back up. And then you can feel if it actually went back together. Now, since we have this one, let's take one moment and make sure that all of these loops are nice and tight. All right, so that one's good, and we're just going to quickly look down through this. I actually don't like that. Okay, so I'm going to pull this back just the tiniest little bit. There we go. Now, if you're having a hard time seeing your loops, now see, this one actually has just a little bit of a space on it. Not much, but given time, that will separate out and the necklace will fall apart again. So just go ahead and fix it now and put it back together again. And all it is just little tiny back and forth. All I'm doing is just rolling my pliers in opposite directions like this. So, all right, so that one's closed. Closed. Now the best way to do this is to actually have your finger behind it, and it makes it a little easier to actually see what is actually going on. And you can feel with your pliers when you're actually touching the other side. You can feel it just kind of slowly grinding a little bit. Okay, so it looks like, nope, right there. There's another one. Generally, when one comes loose, you might as well just go through and do the whole works because they've been tugged and pulled at. So you just wiggle until it catches. and then pull it back until it's straight. Now, if you're having a hard time seeing, a quick trip down to just about any store can supply you with a pair of basic reading glasses that work wonderful as a magnifier while you are repairing this without having to invest a whole bunch of money in expensive optimizers that you would typically use in jewelry itself. In fact, I'm going to put these on. Okay, so this necklace has been repaired and is ready to go back to its owner. Now, this one is one of my own personals. Now, I've wore this necklace for, oh my gosh, almost every day for 6, 7 years, maybe even possibly now. Now, this one loop right here has separated just a little bit. Zoom this back in and let me show you if you can actually see that. Let's go in just a touch more. Okay, so it's not a big space, but that little bit of a space in combination with, say, another one of these loops that may be loose. That one's not too bad. It's a little off, but not too bad. Put that in combination with another loop it's hooked onto that happens to line up with it. That is a recipe for disaster. So, we are going to open this back up just a little bit, and we are going to slide this back on, and then just work it back together. Now, doing this does not require any fancy tools or special techniques. This is something anybody can do. I've even done this on the fly with just a pair of regular old pliers. You just need to be careful with normal household pliers because your regular household pliers are rough and ragged and they will mar your metal up to pieces. Like, this is meant for grabbing on tightly and not in a gentle manner. Jewelry requires a gentle touch. Firm, but gentle. You want a smooth pair of pliers and possibly needle nose, but that's all that goes into it, guys. And we have repaired my old absolute favorite necklace of all time right here, and including one of my very first pieces I ever made. And it is ready for me to wear again without worry of loss. And we have this one ready to go back to its owner after somebody had pulled on it really hard and undone it. So, there we go. Alright guys, well that's it for this little short tutorial, and I hope you guys enjoy it and it can help you save some timeless pieces of your own or some old items that you have come by as the years have gone by. We'll talk to you again later.